I keep thinking you'll come on back to me.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the January Dysfunctional podcast. I am your host Ken, and I'm with my friends Nigo and Mariba. How you guys doing?
All good, all good.
Yeah, I know we promised Whatless will be back today, but you know he's having one or two issues, and maybe we'll see him next week. So maybe he caught something off the boat. Maybe we should be a little aware of what happened.
Zika virus going around, you know.
Yeah, so you know, holding my fist up, stay strong. Alright, let's get into it. We as a podcast are gonna start talking about another podcast and dive into Joe Budden's comments on the was it the Trinidadian carnival, yep, and about the way women were dressing just to be promiscuous. And for the sake of it, he got heated up on the socials as you normally do in this outrage culture. And then he comes back with a bang in the next podcast, further explaining what he was talking about. He's mentioning how he wasn't talking about all the women there, he was talking about the women that had nothing to do with the culture, specifically going there to dress like that, just so that they could be promiscuous. And as he normally does, I don't know if you guys have heard the Joe Budden podcast before, but he always starts it off with a couple of songs, and he played in a couple of hits. Now, I haven't heard it for a while. I know Nigo hadn't heard him for a while. Brought a smile to my face, but you know, just to set the mood. But you could tell exactly what was going on in those scenarios. Do you guys have any hot takes like he did on this?
I have our hot take, but Joe Budden always does speak his mind, right? He does not exactly hold back when it comes to his opinion. I didn't really see a problem with it when I listened to it. I mean, I listen to his podcast all the time, so it's not like I was new to the way he carries on conversations. It really didn't affect me one way or another. To me, he was speaking about the hoes in America who are accustomed being hoes, as the word he used, going to Trinidad or coming to the Caribbean as a whole and putting on the costumes and being promiscuous, which I guess is problematic when you really look at it properly. I mean, Twitter and Instagram had a field day with him. The Caribbean collectively lit him on fire right in the throes of Carnival to Banca, which is the worst time to talk to Caribbean people about Carnival in a negative light. Alright, the worst time. So the Caribbean united against, I think it was Bossip who pointed to him, Beige Rage. They gave him the old Ebro, the old Ebro tag, the Beige Rage.
That's what they get you with.
Yep.
That's what they get you.
Yep, it's pretty funny. But he cleaned it up. As usual. He usually does when he's wrong. Typically, he would come on his podcast in the next episode and clear things up, which he did. It helped, not helped. It satisfied me. He explained his point, and he apologized. I guess that's really all he could do, is whether people accept it or not. I didn't really see anybody talking about it, because obviously a large portion of the Caribbean does not listen to the Joe Budden podcast, as I am aware. So the page that initially reported it, I think it was the Proud Caribbean, shout out Proud Caribbean on Twitter. They usually have some good posts or whatnot. They didn't really, I don't think they posted his apology. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they did. I haven't checked their page. But nothing was really said about his apology. So in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. It's here today and gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is Joe Budden's wrong for calling out thought? Forget the carnival. If you're thought and you fly over to the next country to be a thought, something wrong with calling that out.
I don't think there's anything wrong with calling someone out for being a thought. Like, if you're thought. Yeah.
Okay.
No, there's something wrong with it. The question is, if he's thoughts being thoughts and went over and called them out, is something wrong with that? Forget the fact that it's carnival or anything.
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. If you're hoeing and this is men or women, right?
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed.
If you're hoeing and you're going over to another country to be a hoe, sex tourism, as they say, if you want to dress it up, I don't think there's a problem with it. The problem came in where he
Involved
term.
culture.
He attached
The
a term
culture.
to women. Alright, he attached a term to women, and then he attached the term and women to carnival.
Yeah.
Right? So the Caribbean just wasn't having that. You're not just gonna diss our women and our culture and the costumes all in one go in like one.
Nah, you get through
we're
that. You're not getting through that.
So I mean,
Okay.
it wasn't really a big deal for me, like I said, but yeah, a lot of people had a problem with it. Understandably, this is the outrage era that we're in. So
Yeah.
You know what, Nego, is beautiful? That the Caribbean came together. They really know. Think about it. Because you know how there's some countries that have the small beef with each other. Like Guyana might like Barbados and stuff. But the whole Caribbean ball, hold up. You ain't not just this carnival. And just put aside our beef.
You
to
know when the
focus on
record
one
scratch
individual.
when you're in the midst of your beef.
I guess he did in the middle of Carnival to Banky days on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Carnival ended on a Tuesday. Oh, come on, pal.
Yeah.
Come on.
You get caught slipping. You really shouldn't have. I wouldn't have. No.
I really
No,
didn't
it
blink
didn't,
twice
right.
when you said it. I really didn't blink twice when you said it. I was more surprised with the fact that they knew about Carnival.
True.
Yeah, but they probably knew because all of these women
Ashanti
were on
and
the
Lil'
gram.
Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lil' Kim,
just
yep.
going back.
The thing is,
Because
right?
people. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
No, I was just thinking, like, it's no one will ever talk about how black people can be culture vultures of other black people. I can guarantee a lot of those women that went over had no idea or any interest in what the history is behind the carnival, people behind it, or any of that stuff. They just wanted to go there and play dress up for
Of
a
course.
couple of days and
course.
bounce. But no one will ever mention that. And yeah, good.
The thing is, a lot of these celebrities come down to Trinidad and they are a bit, how to put it, they're a bit underwhelmed, let's say, like the first timers. We're not talking about like Lil' Kim because she's here like almost every year or whatever. But a lot of them would come over and they would be underwhelmed because wherever they go in America, they can't catch a break, they can't breathe, there's paparazzi down their throat. When they come to the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago in particular, because I mean I haven't seen them in any other country. I don't pay attention to them in any other country. When they're here in Trinidad, we are not like that. We don't go to the airport and wait with bated breath to see the celeb and take pictures.
We don't have time for that.
We don't have time for that. You know, we're not on the road asking for autographs and shit. You know, we're not really doing that. We might jump up and take a picture or whatever. But that's about the extent of it. When you're on the road for carnival, nobody really trying to, you know, a fella might try and come to steal a wine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody might say Ashanti and say, hey, let me go and try and steal a wine. But other than that, there's not really a huge celebrity culture. I mean, we have our celebrities walking around. In plain sight, I saw Kes in the bank the other day. It wasn't like a big deal. He came in, he did his business, and he was gone. You know, Scrunta and Sparrow and all the older guys, they come out and they do their business, and it's not like a big deal, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, you can be a celebrity to some extent and still have a normal life, in a way, without being.
I think one time Flavor Flav came down for something. I forgot what he came down for, and surprisingly, someone in the airport knew who he was, and they were like Flavor Flav as he was coming out of the airport. But that was really it. You know, that was really it. We don't really beat up like that, which was great.
I think that'd be refreshing for some celebs, like to get away from constant limelight on you.
Probably is. It probably is. I would not be surprised. As long as we don't get like those the culture vulture celebs. As long as we don't get like a Kim Kardashian down here.
Yeah, there for
Please
the gram.
no. Please no.
Yeah, we don't want any of the Kardashians down here.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a Kim Kardashian in a costume. It's over then. It's over.
I don't want to see her on a Caribbean Airlines flight. She could stay over.
For real. I'm still surprised that this blew up as much as it does, but because it's literally just a man's opinion that has a.
I mean, you have
platform.
You have all these people across in America who listen to him, who are, you know, the third and fourth generation Caribbean descendants. Because let's be real, they say I'm from the Caribbeans, or all my Caribbeans people. or my Caribbeans. They don't say my
That-
Caribbean people. They don't say my Trinidadians or Grenadians.
They'll never
or
mention a
whatever.
country.
No. They refer to us as the Caribbeans. Oh, it's down in the Caribbeans. Fuck them. Fuck that shit. I hate that shit, yo. I hate that shit. Oh, I'm from the Caribbeans. No, nigga. Your grandmother, your great grandmother is from St. Martin or something. Stay over there with your American nonsense.
Those people are as far away from it as I would be, because I'm from Africa and I have no right or say in any of those matters. But those people that are fourth gen and just have no clue are sitting in the same boat as I am, because they don't have any association. They might by lineage, but they don't have any association with the region.
Their grandmother told them a story once about doubles and they just run with it.
Yeah.
Just run with it. Just run all the way.
Oh yes, I had a doubles down in Kirep. They show the same picture every throwback Thursday. Take me back.
You can
Yeah,
just
but-
stop.
The whole because the episode from Joe Budden came out yesterday. That whole thing was entertaining though. That whole beginning section for me was cracking me up the whole time when
I'm
they
gonna
were
listen
talking
to it.
about it. Yeah, you definitely have to listen to it. Definitely, and it's good because it's like I'm not gonna say we've never, but in our culture we don't really get we never really had this type of platform before where someone who's part of the industry with other people who are semi-attached to the industry have that discussion and like talk about certain topics like that with that type of background. And they talk because he was mostly having a hot take on the whole situation because that's just the type of person he is. He's not really bothered by it, and he's not really afraid of. Well, I'm not gonna say afraid of the repercussions, but he's not really afraid of other people's opinions on his opinions. And I think that really ties us into our next topic about fears.
Damn, he just embodied it.
I mean, if you call it out, it reduces the effect.
He just bodied the transition.
You gotta let it breathe.
I'm sorry, Mr. Jay-Z. Let it breathe.
If you let them peek behind the curtains, then they're gonna be disappointed.
We're gonna let it breathe. Go on.
And so what are you guys afraid of? What are your fears? What do you stay away from? Do you have anything weird or that you're willing to show to say in this podcast, even with the added fear on top that someone might take advantage of it? Hint, hint, wink, wink. But yeah, what are your guys' fears?
I'll let Nico go first.
Let me go first.
Dig your own grave.
You know that song in the words of the illustrious Bone Crusher. I ain't never scared. Yeah. The old champ Bone Crusher. I mean, really and truly, I can't say that I'm afraid of heights. I can't say I'm afraid of darkness or anything like that. If anything, I might be afraid of losing my family, but again, who isn't? For me, family is the most important thing. So if I did not have my brothers or my parents who are very supportive around, then I would probably be very alone and very afraid in this world, which is scary. I'm not afraid of the world ending. In fact, I welcome it, and I welcome our robot overlords.
Stop it.
Maybe stop it. Yo,
You better be early on their side, Mariva, before
Boston Dynamics.
they listen in. Yeah, telling you right now.
Dynamics have some robots, dog. I mean, they are frightening to look at. No, don't get me wrong. Them shit be frightening to look at because they have some shit now on wheels that's jumping.
Yep.
Yo, it is crazy. But you know, I for one welcome our robot overlord.
Why is it
Smart man.
you always wanted a color Nico? Why can't we all just exist? Why must it be a color?
Nah,
Why?
man, get rid of so many people in the world.
It's inevitable. You just gotta give in. What about you, Mariva?
Same fears as Nico. I will say I do have a fear of heights and all that nonsense. I do. We don't fuck with snakes. We don't. No. But serious fears. You know what, yo? True fear, yo, is having a child with a woman and 25 years later being told it's not yours.
Damn.
That's some serious. That's some deep fear. Yo,
You think about that fear for real?
yeah, dude, I know. You know, I'm just thinking, yo. Imagine just loving this child, and you just give it the world, and this woman is watching you, just telling you that's your son, and that son is smart and some. And 25 years later, you get into a divorce or whatever, or even 25. Let's say it's 9 or something. You go for divorce, and she just dropped that. Not yours.
18 years. 18 years. She got one of your kids. Got you for 18 years.
Oh.
Yikes.
That's a deep, because I'm thinking, you don't get that back. You can get back the money, but you don't get back that time. That's I'm like, oh damn. Don't worry, the cure for my face, paternity test everything. I'm a cure for it.
Your ass, she gonna leave with half.
You know what I'm saying?
I tell you, Eddie Murphy had it right. Eddie, what have you done to me lately?
Yo,
Eddie Murphy said, yo.
Oh shit.
I had a buddy who died to that when I was in university. Fucking died. That shit.
Eddie, what do you want, babe? What do you want with him? Half, Eddie, half. You see that? And that's a deep fear. Half, half.
Shit.
You see the word half?
But that fear only exists if you're married, innit? And if you and knowing you take the prenup option. So
I'm gonna have 5 prenup for that one prenup.
you're just cautious at that point. It's not really fear. You're just cautious.
If you ain't no punk, hello, we want prenup.
We want prenup.
Yeah.
All you're doing is just looking left and right when you're crossing the road. That's what you're doing right now.
I like that. What are you afraid of, Ken?
My fears are natural. It's fear of mortality. Like anything that might get me killed, I tend to stray away from. The heights thing is not really a fear. It's more because like a fear for me is like if I was to be confronted by it, I'd be paralyzed by it, and like heights wouldn't really do that to me. Like I'd be very shaky if I was to get out to like serious heights and I wasn't being protected by something. Like if I was just on the edge of a roof or some shit like that. But it's not gonna stop me from anything. I used to fear. Sorry, go ahead.
Will you cross that bridge in China, the glass bridge?
Yeah, I do it.
Nah,
I'd be very shaky, but like I'd still do it. Like it like if it was like one of the things on my agenda, I wouldn't be like, nah, I ain't doing this shit like that.
I'll see you on the other side. I'll see you on the other side. I'll take the train.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the train. You get me on that glass bridge.
I used to fear my area. So you know how it is, depending on where you live. You gotta keep a third eye out for what's behind you.
Man, just listen to some gigs and you'll be alright, man.
If that was possible, I'd just be blaring that shit all day, every day.
Just listen to some gigs.
But yeah, that used to be a concern of mine, but you know, it's not.
Is the new area safer then? What do you say?
My area, I'm not. Well, Burbs is a bit out there, but yes, it's obviously safer here just by way of ratios of stabbings in this area compared to stabbings in the area I used to live in. But I'm not gonna say it's.
You don't even go to the hood no more.
No, we don't.
I still have to go there frequently. Like, still have to take the 1.5-hour trip back to Peckham.
You still see Shorty in the block? Still go back
No,
you know?
If I'm being honest, it's to go back to get my hair cut.
Yeah.
The barber ain't really doing it for me out here.
Yeah, no matter how far you go, you have to go back to the original barber, man. Come on.
Yeah. It takes me. So if I didn't have a travel card, it would take me. It would take me £18 to go down. Then it would take me a further 15 quid to get my trim. And then I'd probably have to get some food there because there's a Ghanaian shop down there that does food. Yeah, I can't get up here, which is another 15 to 20 quid depending on how much soup I get, and then I head back up. So that's about a 40 to 50 pound trip just to go to the Peckhams these days. So it's a bit much.
That's some loyalty right there. That's some loyalty. Shout out to your barber, man. Shout out to your barber.
Them cuts must be real.
Yeah.
Them cuts must be real.
Don't be like Mariban and be a floozy with his barber.
I'm a floozy with my barber. That's disrespect.
Nah, I've heard the
Mariba
story,
have
Mariba.
like 6 different barbers, I'm sure.
Where?
The way
Where?
the way his tailend is being fucked up.
No,
You always
sir.
have a different level of quality of trim, and I'm like,
It depends on it depends on how high my barber is at the time. That's what it is. It
How
depends
high
how
up-
high-
you know,
Nigga,
getting a trim with a high barber is next level.
Yo.
Next level risk.
I'm
Are you
just
sure
saying.
you're not afraid of that? What if he goes too far? You
Dog,
talking about fizz? I would be I would be like,
I would be afraid. I would be very afraid.
I'd hold my own mirror just so that I could see every little thing that he's doing to my head.
He's gonna have you looking like the mayor who from the Grinch.
I'm just saying, yo.
Never.
Fuck
I'd
that.
probably
Yo, go
do
pick
a
'em.
blood test before he starts.
Go and find Ken Barber in Peckham.
Bro, we got the Ghanaian barber and the Caribbean barbers right next to each other. There's no beef. We sit there in acceptance that Caribbeans and Africans like their own personal barber, and we just chill. So calm down.
Ken,
Yes,
you want Caribbeans to come for your what? We're not Caribbeans, dog.
All right, fine.
We're not Caribbeans, dog.
I'm just
trying to
saying
save your
there's
life.
there's 2 Trinity guys there, and there's 4 Jamaican guys there. That's what I'm saying.
Better. I'm just trying to save your life. Nigga. I'm looking out for my homie.
Good looking out.
Yeah. Don't want you getting the Budden treatment, you know?
Yeah, for real.
But real
Right.
talk though, if I have to say I'm afraid of anything else besides sex in my family, it's snakes, my nigga. Snakes.
Yeah, we
After
don't
thinking about it.
You know,
Man, keep that shit away from me.
the small ones I can deal with to some extent. But
Not even.
No. Like the small one, like I can deal with it. I can kick it or kill it.
Not even
But
a
see,
long lizard. I don't want to. It looked too much like a snake. Fuck that.
So iguanas and stuff, you just walking away then. Are iguana or something? You just
Nah. We eat iguanas, but you know it have some lizards will look like a if you just see the tail end of it, if you just see the tail, like oh shit, what the fuck is that boy?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't deal with snakes at all because I remember when I was younger, I went to take a shit. No, I was mad poor, right? So I used to live in a board house, with my mom, and I went to take a shit. And when I opened the toilet, there was a snake inside the toilet.
You got hit by the sewer snake.
Yeah,
Very classic.
And this was, we didn't have a latrine back then. We had indoor plumbing at that time because we moved from the latrine to indoor plumbing. But however, Trinidad was set up, we still had open sewers or whatever. And there was a big ass fucking snake in the toilet bowl. Because I lift up the seat and I saw a snake and I was like, nope, scream my lungs out. I am sure I was told the story. I was told that I screamed my lungs out because all I remember is seeing the snake. Everything after that I do not remember.
Wait, Nico.
Block that shit out. Traumatic experience.
Wait, Nico. Let me ask you. Do you remember if you clench your cheeks or you just relax altogether?
Dog, I do not know. I am alive today to tell the tale, so I survive. I'm a proud snake survivor.
No, I don't do it anaconda. See, when I see them videos where a man just gets swallowed up whole and gets spit out, see that? Nah, I good.
If I knew more about snakes, like if I knew which ones were poisonous, which ones would get at you, I'd be less afraid. But it's because I just see every snake, I just assume they're all gonna bite me and they're all gonna kill me within 24 hours. That's the reason why I'm afraid.
That's the thing, it's gonna bite you and you're dead. It done. I know they're not slimy. I've held snakes before when I was younger, but you see those dudes that have the snakes around them at the beach. You can hold them and take picture of them.
Yeah, nah, I'm not.
Nah, I'm good because I remember seeing an episode on some show. Steve Irwin had a snake around his neck. I know he was fine. The cameras were rolling, the snake was doing his thing, and all of a sudden it bit him. And he was like, I think the snake bit me. Nigga, what? What?
It's always the performers. Remember the magicians with the tiger, and then one of the tiger just decided to just grab man by the neck and just walk off. It's like,
wait, 1 second. Do you guys see the video or the pictures of the woman who went in America, who went into the Jaguars?
oh yes,
Oh yeah.
you have to take the selfie, fam.
Dumb ass white woman.
I
You know
had
what?
no sympathy.
Sounds
I-
about white. Sounds about white.
I'm just going to say, as Cat Williams said, the only real person in this whole story was the Jaguar. The Jaguar getting 100. You cross those lines.
I was
You ain't
more
going
afraid
back.
for the Jaguar getting shot.
Exactly.
The Jaguar just doing what Jaguar does.
That's exactly.
I saw a meme. I saw a meme about it saying Harambe is looking down for America and complaining about Jaguar privilege.
Yo.
Jaguar privilege, man. I'm glad Jaguar got to live there, because normally they put dude down, you know.
Yeah.
Normally they put him down, unfortunately. But
I'm very
he
happy
got
Jaguar
to live. That woman is, oh man. You only see white people do
Why?
this shit. You only see white people do this shit.
Exactly. Why? I just need to understand.
It's like you see the headline. What state was that in? Was it Florida?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Because the wildest shit always happens in Florida. Sometimes you just know that this is a white person and it happened in Florida. When I saw this headline, I was like, oh, this is a white person for sure. So the picture, I'm like, yep. Why am I not surprised?
It was in Phoenix,
Phoenix.
Arizona.
I'm still thinking though. I just need to understand. What was that selfie for? Who did you need to show this? Like, oh my god, I'm in a cage with a jag.
Everyone would be jumping on her like, what the fuck are you doing in the middle of the fucking like pit?
I hope she gets
She must have no
sued.
friends.
I hope she gets sued. Poison your jaguar with your white meat.
Yeah.
That 100% Caucasian meat, come on now.
Putting the Jaguar at risk at that point.
Right?
Like,
The jaguar gonna have mumps and all sorts of shit.
Exactly. Now we have what? Mad Jaguar disease.
Right? That jaguar is a real ass nigga.
Yeah, for real. She was trying to come back and apologize though to the zoo and like try to get repentance for her actions. You know, it's like I guess she's just trying to save face so she doesn't get. Because she at that point you're not really afraid of what the zoo's gonna do. You're more afraid about all the people on social media gonna come after you and shit.
Meme. You can't run from it now. You're a meme.
Yeah, you can't run from it now. It's like yeah, you're just trying to get out of the shitstorm that you're in.
Yeah, I hope she gets sued up the ass, man. I hope she gets sued up the
Yeah.
ass. That's really trust.
Like, you guys help me understand. There is not the first, second, or third case of someone going behind the bars and just not making it. What makes you believe you are
Because you
different?
don't think it will happen to you.
Something has to be wrong with people who go, okay, we're going to the zoo, and then all these barriers that they have around all the animals, fuck them.
Everyone's
Just
playing
fuck
the odds
barriers.
game. Everyone is just playing the odds game. You know, people get in a car every day. There are hundreds of thousands of crashes that happen in the world every single day, and you don't think it will happen to you. But no one criticizes the person that gets into a car because everyone's gonna do it. Then you go to the other end of the scale where this white woman has decided to hop in to the pit with a live wild animal who don't take no ramping and is gonna come after you if you disturb their peace. And she just thinks, so that's not gonna happen to me. I'm gonna hop in and hop out real quick, get my selfie done, get the likes, get the hits. You know what I mean? It'll be.
She got the likes and the hit. She got.
How old is she, man? Any idea how old
For
she
the
is?
gram.
Photograph.
It's always for the gram. Let me see. Do they say her age? No, nothing about the age. I don't think.
That has to be a masterpiece of a picture that she was gonna take. Absolute
You know what?
masterpiece.
If she had got it just before the Jaguar leapt onto her, like mid-air with the claws out and the teeth open, I would have been like, you know what? Maybe.
What? Hashtag Hashtag Look, mom, I made a new friend. Nah, I just.
Yeah, but yeah, they don't say her age, so. And they block out her face apparently, so.
Because there must be mold. But she probably, if I ever cross that line, just walk off. Act like you don't know me. Just walk off.
She needs to have an album of pictures from that event. She needs to have an album of pictures from that incident.
Or before and after.
Yeah.
What the before?
Alright, speaking of before and after, we're gonna go into old and new Kanye. Kanye has been reportedly set to release his album in the next few months. This was the long-delayed Yandy that was supposed to come out late last year, I think like November or some shit, but got delayed. He went to Africa apparently to seek some sort of enlightenment. He pitched up tents, held recording sessions, managed to get in Mos Def, turned him back from Yazin Bey for a while just to get some help in. And from the little snippets that have been coming out, the little bits of Sunday service that he's been doing with the choir.
Service.
Yeah, because everyone knows some shit sounds good when you got the choir behind it. So it's sounding like it might turn out to be something good. Definitely compared to his last couple outputs. Was it Jesus and Life of Pablo and that.
I kind of fuck with Life of Pablo now, actually.
Look, I'm telling you right now, things like Fade and the one with Rihanna that had that good sample on it. I can't.
All Alive?
Famous.
Oh.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, those type of ones and Real Friends and the one with Kendrick, Normal Parties in LA. Like he had good singles. It just felt like a rushed piece. But that's not here nor there. Talking about right now. We know Kanye for what he is right now. The man that said slavery was a choice. who without a single like joking smirk on his face to try to dismiss 400 years of slavery as a choice. And we effectively, as the black community, and it's good what I get to say we in these situations, cancelled the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
And seeing past all these other things, like we have the Michael Jackson trials, not trial, but situation with the documentary that's come out, and we have the R. Kelly trials that are about to be happening. We're getting closer and closer to points where, after cancelling someone, how long can we stick out with it? We could do it easily with R. Kelly because no one's like, he's not putting out shit and no one's really listening to his music like that. We can do it easily with Michael Jackson, or at least we have the potential to do it easily with Michael Jackson because he's dead. And for the most part, I know you only hear Michael Jackson music when you're on the late night built for adult radio that sits with 1,000 views or 1,000 listens per day. Other than that, you're not really hearing Mike unless some DJ decides he wants to spice it up with some next shit.
I wanna rock with you.
Yeah, exactly. But with Kanye is active. Kanye is not only active, but he's one of the greatest hip hop artists of all time, at least in my opinion. And he has the potential to put out with Yandhi another banger, another My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy level banger. Does he get uncancelled?
Nope.
If it turns out with this church service, with his preaching the word of God and talking about all this, putting all this knowledge on people, and
No.
if the content comes into, even if it comes into the level of explaining himself and saying he was in a different place and how he's learned and all of that other stuff, and it just turns out that there's no skippable songs from 1 to 13, does he get uncancelled?
Why? I mean, okay. I, along with many other people, have placed Kanye in that sort of accidental savant role, right? Like incidental savant, where anything that Kanye touches, we go, okay, well, this is genius. This is serving a different purpose than you can see at face value. More will be revealed later. That has always been the case for Kanye, well, for the black consciousness so far. Not everybody, but most of us who listen to hip hop and fuck with Kanye. as long as Kanye was in contact with a project or a product or whatever, it was deemed as this is great or this is going to be great.
Yeah.
And he had that. We just gave it to him, right? Until the things with the shirts with the holes and when people started not fucking with that so much. It was a big thing for a little bit, and then people were like, well, why am I paying for something that had rat holes in it? I know the Caribbean didn't really like it as much, thankfully. But after he said all that inflammatory, flagrant shit over the last 2 years? 2 or 3 years, he's been on this sort of like Donald Trump campaign kind of thing.
Yeah.
And saying slavery was a choice, and wearing the Make America Great Again cap, and all these things that he did to essentially piss on the grave of black people and black slaves and his mother and ancestors. The only way that he gets uncancelled for me is if he comes out and he has a discussion about it. I'm not talking about putting it on an album in front of some 808s. I'm not talking about releasing a short film. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about sitting down with someone in the culture. We have many people. We have Angela Rye. There's Charlemagne himself. There's Joe Budden. There's he could go on Drink Champs with Noriega, and he can talk.
He could do a pull up with Joe Budden.
Yeah, he could do a pull up. He could go on. He could even go on B Dot and Elliot's show. What's that one? I remember the name of that podcast. He could even go on 47 Minutes with Joey Badass, and he could go on a whole bunch of places and have a discussion and talk about why he did certain things. Talk about why he has to apologize, obviously. State his points, sure, but until he does that, at least for me, he's not uncancelled. I mean, it's not like I cancelled him. I still listen to his music. It's not like he did something egregious like fuck some kids or he's not kidnapping women, or he's not holding them hostage. He's not brainwashing them.
Buying them from the dad.
He's not buying them from their parents, right? It's not like he's dropping bombs on some country. He's not like he's not doing anything like that. So for me, while I may not look at everything that he's doing with that sort of rose tinted glasses anymore, whatever, he could drop as long if the project is not coupled with a discussion about the past things that he has said. I'm not interested. Like, I won't post it. Not that I'm an influencer or anything. I'm not a public figure, but I couldn't be bothered. I'll still listen to it, but I mean, it has to be like really fucking good for me to listen to it constantly.
Yeah.
Because Kids Go See, I played that shit once. I haven't played it again since.
Wow.
I play like Ghost Town maybe. I like that one.
Yeah, it's not a beginning to end album for me. It's like I think I still play Ghost Part 2 and that's it.
That's about it. Kids See Ghost I still fuck with kind of, but
Yeah. Mariva?
Yeah, I do agree with Nigo. Can't just say slavery is a choice and just think because you drop a masterpiece. So I am sorry. Don't get me wrong, drop a masterpiece. I can respect the work, I don't have to respect the person. You don't just because if Einstein was of KKK, you don't say, oh, he's still not a genius. He's a genius, but he's still KKK. So the same idea with Kanye, as in, you're a fool, but your music is good. It has to be good. It has to be really good. Like you said, the level of masterpiece here to produce, for me to just be like, this is the old Kanye stuff. But then the morality side him being like, but this nigga see, I had a choice. When the master was whipping and shit, I had a choice. Just like what?
If those are his first bars, like the choir just starts to I had a choice. If those are his first bars, I am deleting the illegally downloaded MP3 and chucking it the fuck away.
No, if that was the first, I swear to you, that was the first 2 lines, you had a choice.
If he starts the trip with some Nina Simone backing track, I'll be so pissed because how that song starts, Blood and Leaves.
Yeah.
Strange fruit hanging. Yo, that shit is my fucking shit.
Yeah, if you disrespect money now, I'll be upset.
But you know he's gonna pull one of them. He's gonna pull one of them.
Yeah,
out.
but I don't mind pulling it. But I just don't want to hear you had a choice at any line. Any line of his thing. We had a choice. Nah.
But it just goes to show that we've had Kanye. I mean, who else have we had on a pedestal this high? The only people I can really think of is like Jay-Z, Beyonce.
Tupac and Biggie, I guess, but that's more after their passing than.
I think they would have been
During
at
that
this level,
Yeah.
but back then there wasn't. This level didn't exist.
Yeah, it wasn't at this level. It was.
But they would peak at their level. And at that time, they would peak at their time.
Yeah. That's true. But hip hop was smaller then, so it's
Yeah,
about...
but when, I'm not talking about like the peak. I'm talking about the level at which we elevated Kanye to. Because like I said,
Tupac.
if Kanye says I am producing air conditioning units,
Yeah.
you know that shit is gonna sell. You know that shit, people will line up outside of Peaks to buy Kanye produced, Kanye developed air conditioning unit. You know,
Yeah, for real.
I don't think we have anyone else who is like that, because Beyonce could say she's gonna drop something, and I don't know if people really fuck with it like that. I mean,
I feel like Rihanna's getting close.
I was just about to say that Rihanna, because like she did the lingerie and women. The thing is though, right? Difference is Rihanna is inclusive, which is what this era is all about. Inclusivity.
Yeah.
She made lingerie for the thick chicks and the skinny women, right?
Yeah.
She has the makeup for all different shades of people,
Yeah.
and she is continuously bringing out more. At this point, she said, "Fuck music." I mean,
She is releasing an album this year, though.
They say that. They say that. I don't know if that's true. I mean, I would love it.
Party Next Door says he's written a track.
Yeah, but
So-
Party Next Door says a lot of things. When's the last time we heard from Party Next Door?
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah.
The
He wrote that track like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
industry people, they get hot, they disappear, and then they like to come out with a few hot.
PND is Party Drake sweatshop.
Yeah,
But,
Drake does have a sweatshop out there, but yeah, we'll get to that another time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, who else have we had? Like we said, Rihanna. So, why did we have Kanye on such a high pedestal?
Because he had such a hot streak. He's probably had the hottest streak of any artist out there.
His content was good back in the day too. His content was actually good.
How many albums does he have out now? If we include his joint ones, 11. You could make a strong argument that 7 or 8 out of those 11 will in time be classics, and at least 4 or 5 of them are already classics. Like, I don't think anyone has that level of a streak to him. And then he just says some outlandish shit that just, I don't know if he wills it into existence or it just happens. Like, remember when he was saying about how leather tracksuits are gonna be the thing, and then for a hot like year and a half, everyone was wearing leather tracksuits and leather skirts and all of that other shit, and it just happened to be the shit. And then he comes out with Yeezys, and it's probably the second biggest celebrity aligned brand out there behind Jordan. So it's like that. I think they attribute his successes to his genius, I guess.
I mean, he also did but he sort of opened a door for creativity in our large scale, showing well, black people don't have to be hip hop only. They don't have to be hardcore rap only. You know, it is okay to be creative. It is okay to be out there and quirky. He did that for a lot of people. Got confidence off of that, I suppose, because when you have the industry making music like 50 Cent, right? When you have 50 Cent doing hardcore hip hop and battle hip hop on records and it's selling, right? Remember, 50 was one of the biggest artists at his time. And then he made the mistake of dropping on the same day as Mr. West. And West beat him significantly.
Yeah.
which is in my, I think that's just an industry. That was an industry setup the whole time. But
You think?
I can't 100% set that up. But I feel like that was done to boost both of their sales at the same time.
Well, for sure. But clearly the fallout was that it is okay to be other. You know?
Yeah.
He even used the thing is I don't know if people realize this. Kanye used this is turning into fucking second Kanye's dick right now. Pause. He used a line from one of 50's old songs. If they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up.
Let me pile up.
Yep.
Right.
Specifically.
In the good life, yeah.
Yeah, on that album that he said he's gonna be timid. That to me was like, oh, okay then, bars. You know, even though
That's
it was
how you
bitten.
battle someone without battling someone.
Yeah, even though it was bitten. And then he went from, man, Kanye was great. Kanye was great. For me, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, perfect album. Perfect fucking album.
So are you saying Kanye was great as a person or Kanye was great as an artist?
As an artist. Like, for me, he's still a musical genius. Right?
Yeah.
I cannot take that from, at least he was a musical genius. Right
So
now,
you're saying
though,
that's changed now?
yeah, that is certainly changed. In my
Okay.
opinion. In my opinion. Not because he doesn't write, we know he doesn't write. But the way he hears things, the way people who have worked with him before has spoken about how he processes sounds and how he makes music and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was at the time, even with all the collaborators and now confirmed ghostwriters he had, it was about how he put together the music to me that
Yeah,
made it.
he was like a producer. But I mean,
Yeah.
right now I don't think he's gonna get uncancelled at all. At least
Yeah.
not from me.
Not unless I think we can all agree he takes it all back. And speaking of taking things back, we gotta speak about Boeing having to take back all of them planes that have been sat in the skies and just nose diving into their own peril, or have the potential to. Let me not say that all of them are about to fall down. Let's not go.
Don't jinx it. I'm flying soon. Do not jinx this shit. Do not.
You're flying in Europe. You'll land somewhere where people find you. It's all good. It's all good.
Bruh, I swear to you, if I were to play it, and God forbid, I am haunting.
Did you check which plane you're flying on?
It's an Airbus.
Airbus. All right, cool. All right. And of course, we're talking about the Boeing 737 Max 8. It's the there was a flight. I'm about to get some shit wrong, but I believe there was a flight either Indonesia or Kuala Lumpur that went down. It got lost, and they found rubble, and they checked the black box, and they figured out took that nosedive. And then there was a flight in Africa. Ethiopia Airlines, which is and this is the thing that was annoying me. This is an aside that everyone was blaming this on the fact that it was an African thing. When it was an African thing, people had to shut them down and tell them it was an airline thing. Ethiopia Airlines is one of the best airlines in the world, not just Africa, and their record is better than most first world countries when it comes to safety on flights and all that stuff. So I'm glad that shit got shut down real quick because a lot of people would just come out with the Africa accusation very quickly. But back to what I was talking about. Now countries, at first it was only like a handful of countries, but now countries across the world have pulled back on their Boeing 737 Max 8s. I think there was 5,000 orders, up to 5,000 orders in total, and there was about 400, because this is a fairly new plane, there was about 400 to 500 ones that are already in circulation. All of those have been pulled back, and all of the orders have been put on hiatus. And Boeing has now said that they've added a software update to stop this from happening. If people don't know why it was happening, is because there was a feature for autopilot that was reading the situation that the plane was in wrong, just to put into layman's terms, and to save itself, it was purposefully going down. And the main part that was hurting its case was that the pilot was unable to override the autopilot. And now apparently, and I'm saying this with fingers crossed and with quotations, that it's been fixed and will be available in April. I guess the only question we can really ask you guys is: Are you checking? Are you now checking for your plane model? Because I never used to do this before you fly. And will you ever fly on a Boeing 737 Max? Because that's the one that mainly gets used for, or is going to be mainly used for international flights.
I'm good in it. I'm BA Virgin. BA Virgin. Airbus 303, 734, Airbus.
The 737 is the most popular in the world. You have to remember that. And
It was
BA
never a
and
problem for
Virgin
me. It was never a problem for
always
me.
use it.
I will not be looking it up. It's not really
Yeah.
matter to me. I mean, okay, it matters, right, if my plane goes down. But I'm not gonna be so like I trust that the people who are in charge are competent because it is not one person, it is not one one entity, it is entire countries and entire systems that are in charge of this. So I will put my trust in the system.
Nah, no, I will not. I'm sorry.
However, if I rock up and I see it's a Boeing 737, I'm gonna have to pull out the old, the angry white woman. But I would like to speak to your manager. I'm going to write an angry letter. How dare you put me on this plane? Did you guys see the SNL? Oh man, that was funny.
Bro.
Did you see it, Ken?
Yeah, that was mad.
Oh man, that was beast. But yeah,
So good.
I would no, I'm not particularly checking. It's funny that it is. I mean, it's not funny if people died, but it's funny that all it takes is a software update.
Yeah, because that's just the way that they're putting it. We added a software update.
Some
it's gonna
code.
be good, guys. Don't worry about it.
Someone forgot semicolon.
Yeah. I personally feel like they should. I'm not saying they should release the code, but I feel like they should be like, look, we went to Microsoft, we went to Apple, we went to Amazon. They all checked our code. They all had, they all verified our code and said it's all good. And we're good to go. Because if they just said, yeah, we just added a few new variables and just set up a new functions, I'm not taking that off rip. Like they gotta give me, because obviously they can't just reveal their code because they have competition and all that other stuff. But they gotta have some next third party verify that this shit isn't gonna fuck up the next time. Because if you get a bug in a video game, you'd be like, shit, this shit fucked me over. But alright,
Bug on the plane.
Bug on the plane. Yo, what snakes on the plane was bad. Bug on the plane will kill you.
Yeah, let's get outside and push it.
Get outside and push.
Man,
Yo,
even pushing something
that would
when that
be.
shit goes down.
What would you do, man? What would you do if your plane just starts taking a nosedive?
I would take my chance. I'm pulling that emergency shit and jumping up, because if it's diving, I'm dying anyway. I'm taking my chance. I've never seen a plane survive a crash landing from that high up, straight into the ground. But if I could get outside of the plane and land in some water, maybe I have a chance. I'm definitely not having a chance inside that plane. So I'm pulling that door.
If you jump from a plane into water, when you hit the water, it's like hitting concrete, brother.
Yeah, if it crushes my bones and I end up paralyzed, I'm still alive.
You're gonna end up dead.
Alive.
Your toes are gonna end up in your eyeballs.
I will go feet first, straight down, and take the risk. Because at the end of the day, stay in the plane, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm guaranteed dead.
No, you're not, dude.
I am. How many planes have you...
Wait. In the history of all nosedive that I am aware of, I've watched before, 2 individuals have ever survived.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. How many do you know of that survived?
We just had a footballer on a non-commercial plane go down with a pilot. When it was a propeller plane, they weren't going that high, and they still both died when they landed in the water. That plane had parachutes, and they still died.
Non-commercial. They were stupid enough to not use the parachutes. Come on now, Ken.
I'm just saying, man.
If they use the parachutes, they'd still be playing football today.
I'm just saying. I'd rather take my choices outside.
Wait, for real? You're telling me the plane with Emil Sala did not use the parachutes?
Apparently that model of the plane always gets fitted with parachutes. Whether or not they had it on the plane, because they couldn't find the whole plane, so like it's not confirmed whether that specific one had it on it, but that model of the plane normally has parachutes on it. Because it's not a commercial. Because commercial flights for
Yeah.
the most part don't have, because it would be impossible to put parachute for every single passenger that's on there. It's mostly the private level planes that have a good amount of parachutes on it.
I feel like every plane in general should come fitted with a parachute seat.
But then this is the thing. Then the business people in the airports and the airlines will tell you that shit takes up too much weight. If we get rid of them and save only a specific few, then we can add more people on. We can bring more luggage on. We can make more money. We can save more money. That's what they will say.
Yeah, that's what they would say. But I mean,
if a government or country should say, yeah, preservation of life over money.
Yeah. I'm just saying what's going through their mind, because they're probably thinking 95 to 99% of the time these planes are not going to crash. So do we really need to put one there for everyone? We should just put all these other less expensive, less expensive, more generic models of saving people, like the little shit that they have outside the door that turns into a little float that they can go off in the water, which I never see anyone use. Because these men are sitting in the plane and the plane just rips apart. They're not getting saved. I'm jumping out.
I used that once in my entire life. Once. When I was much smaller, going between Trinidad and Tobago. Back in the day, we had to walk from the airport, like doors, onto the tarmac.
Yeah.
And then into the plane. It wasn't like now where you have the tube that connects the plane and all that. So, the plane landed and they had the fucking inflatable thing. It wasn't an emergency or anything. For some reason, they just used it. I don't know if they were testing it out.
Maybe the shit broke.
Maybe the stairs weren't working correct.
Maybe they ran out. Maybe the guy was asleep and he's just like, they can't. Let's not.
Maybe it was a software bug. Who knows?
Who the fuck knows?
I had a friend of your person who said if his plane is going down, he's gonna try a couple of squeeze of one of the air hostesses.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow.
Wait. So we're talking about what if this is happening and the plane is going down, and then after you've done this action, the pilot says, "Don't worry, guys, you get it under control," and the plane lands. You don't do it 20 years because you thought you were going to die. Really? Really, bro? Is that how you want to go out?
If he's white, he'll get away with it.
In life and in death, it's never worth it. That's what I'm saying. In life and in death, because obviously me being the faithful man here, God will come for you if that's your last action. I'm just saying.
When he told me that like a ball, I tell him, you best hope that pilot is just a noob. Because if that pilot pull out his license about I got this and save that plane, that everyone on the plane is just looking at you. Everyone. You have problems, sir. You have problems.
Everyone on the plane like hugging each other for the last time and praying, and you're out here grabbing people's titties. Like,
might as well kill yourself at that point because you
know what I mean?
In jail.
Yeah, cause you may as well just end it there. Like, this was my fate. I have to take it now.
Look, do that pass go? Do that collect £200?
Right, might as well just be done with it.
In that case, you should do a kid. You do a kid and open the door. And at that point, I just jump.
Because he is gonna get the shit screwed out of it. There will be no forgiveness when that court case come up. You're like, but I thought I was dying. Like, all the judge, the jury, prosecutor, even in his own defense will be shaking their head when they look at him. It is done.
It is
done.
The guy will just be like, the judge will just be like, for real? So you're dying, everyone is panicking, babies are crying, and your only thought is to squeeze some titties. That is your thought right now. Nah, you had it. Yeah.
It's a bit on there. So, yeah, man. I mean, it's funny how we go from like 737 to
grabbing titties.
Grabbing titties, but yeah.
You know
that. I guess that's where. Yeah, it creeps in. From down from here. Yeah. Thank you, Mariro, for bringing it back up.
Toxic masculinity.
Where's Gillette when you need it?
You know what I mean? I need them to tell me what to do with this. I need them to make sense of all of this. Where's Gillette?
Where's Ja?
Oh shit. But yeah, that's I think that's gonna do it for us today. We got through quite a few topics. It was a good time. I have been your humble host, Ken. with Nigo and Mariva. This has been the January Dysfunctional podcast. Check us out on the link tree. Check us out on the socials. Please get to us and subscribe. And get to us on Spotify. All of your what's the term? You're gonna have to remind me, Nigo.
DSPs.
DSPs. Yes, your DSPs. I use what do I use? Beyond Pod. They're not giving us the bag, but I'm just telling you what I like to listen through. Yeah, Beyond Pod on your Android or your iPhone or podcast app. I'm sure we're on the podcast app on Apple.
Yeah. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on Stitcher. We're on all that shit.
Yep. So please hit us up. Give us. I'm gonna steal this before Mariva gets to it. Give us that like, that subscribe. We appreciate all the views, all the listens, and it's been good, guys. Peace.
Like and subscribe!
Oh my! I swear, I told you I got in before you.
You're always gonna do. I will always just keep doing it.